Good afternoon and welcome to GrainTV. It's February 20th, 2013. I'm Logan Burgess. Joining me to my right here is Brock Shimino. Well, Brock, let's jump into fire tip here, see how the grains traded on a Wednesday. As we can see, we had corn picking up 5.5 cents. Soybeans a leader to the upside here, once again up 10 1/4 there for the March contract. And we had Chicago wheat up 5 3/4, Kansas City wheat up 8 cents there. So a lot of blue on the board today. If you guys want to get some live quotes in your home or office, visit us over at grainhedge.com. You can take a no obligation demo of the platform you see here. But in general, Brock, it seems like today dominating headlines was winter storm rolling through much of the Midwest. Can you kind of break down what's expected and if it's going to be enough to really pull us out of this drought?
There is a winter storm rolling across the Midwest at pretty cold temperatures. Quite a bit of snow is anticipated. If we take a look at these weather maps here provided by Planalytics, you can see that this is a % soil moisture capacity map. You can see the western part of Kansas, Nebraska, Oklahoma. Some of those areas have been stricken by drought for quite a long time now. You can see we're down in the single digits on the % soil moisture capacity. Right. If we take a look at how much precipitation is actually needed to alleviate some of that drought, we're looking at about 2 to 8 inches of precipitation to get us back to near saturated soil levels. So we do need quite a bit of precipitation. This storm is expected to dump in the neighborhood of about 12 inches of snow, but that really doesn't amount to a whole lot of precipitation actually into the ground. That would be about half an inch to 3/4 of an inch of snow, or excuse me, of moisture if that snow was to melt. So you can see here that this is the probabilities of those areas getting 4+ inches of snow. So there is quite a swath of area that will receive beneficial moisture, but I just don't know if it's going to be enough at this point. And this is what the current radar is looking like as that storm is moving to the eastern part of the Corn Belt through Iowa, Illinois, and into Indiana tomorrow afternoon.
You know, Brock, if we look at the action in the futures market yesterday, it seemed like the wheat market in particular took a little bit of a knock just based on projections for moisture. We can see that Kansas, areas of Nebraska, Oklahoma are going to get hit pretty good here. But, in general, it seems like the market kind of sloughed that off a little bit here today. In addition to that, we had some fundamental news on the export front that seemed to support price action in the wheat market. We had rumors of China purchasing around 350,000 metric tons of wheat here just over the last week. Unconfirmed at this point, but certainly a rumor which seemed to be pushing the trade a little bit. We did have a confirmed sale as well going to the Egyptians here for 60,000 metric tons of soft red winter wheat. So soft wheat remains very competitive out of the U.S. here. Certainly we had another tender issued from Jordan as we were talking about before. So the wheat market seems to have picking up some fundamental interest here, I guess, on the export market right now.
Yeah, we are starting to get a little bit of interest on the export market. We are pretty competitive across the globe.
Right.
Our prices have come down quite a bit in the last month or two, so I definitely anticipate us increasing our exports as we move forward through.
Yeah, absolutely. If we kind of turn our attention here from the U.S. weather down to South America, we did have Landworth reporting their projections for the South American crop here. And as you can see here, the story kind of continues here. They're looking for a larger crop out of Brazil for both corn and soybeans, and they are looking for, they revised their projections lower for Argentina here. The one thing to really note on this table here is how big of a revision lower they had for Argentinian soybeans, about 2 million metric tons there taken off that crop. And so I think it seemed like it supported things today. In addition to that, we had some trade chatter that there would be some strikes coming down the line at key ports in South America here later in the week, maybe early next week. So that seemed like, in general, it's that kind of that time of year again when the strikes start down there in South America. Once again, it seemed like it was supporting our market a little bit.
In this Landworth projections, they're actually quite a bit close in line with what Oil World came out and said yesterday. Oil World knocked down Argentina soybean production by about 2 million metric tons as well. So I think that the private analysts are starting to foreshadow maybe what we're going to see from the USDA. Speaking of the USDA, we do have the egg forum starting tomorrow and into Friday. Friday they'll be releasing their estimates for this upcoming crop season. Also tomorrow we'll get the EIA ethanol numbers, and then on Friday we'll also get the export sales figures. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at GrainTV is where you can find us. Check us out on Facebook or get a hold of us at 877-472-4607.
Have a good day.